Mental health is a person's emotional, psychological, and social well-being, which affect how they think, feel, and act. It also helps determine how people handle stress, relate to others, and make healthy choices in life. The World Health Organization (WHO) defines mental health as a state of well-being in which a person can cope with life's stresses, work productivity, and contribution to their community. Common signs and symptoms of mental health. Number one is anxiety. Anxiety in which, what happens in anxiety? It's a persistent worry or fear. Persistent worry or fear of literally nothing. Restlessness, feeling on edge. Now, what is feeling on edge? Feeling on edge is like you are a little bit irritated and you feel like you have to argue with everybody, or you have to fight with everybody and just be very defensive. Difficulty sleeping, rapid heartbeat, sweating, and trembling. Number two, we've got depression, persistent sadness or emptiness. Loss of interest in activities and day-to-day activities. Changes in appetite or sleep, like your eating cycle would completely either be suppressed or either it'll be that you're stress eating. And then sleep. So either some people go completely insomniac, or like they don't sleep at all, or some people sleep excessively. It depends on a person to person's metabolism. Fatigue or loss of energy, difficulty in concentrating. Now we've got a few mental disorders and I'm going to name them accordingly. Number first, we have bipolar disorder. In this, we have like two extreme kind of personalities. A person suffers from two extreme personalities. One of them would be an extremist lover and one of them would be an extremist when they come to hate you. So a person who's suffering from bipolar disorder would love you like they're like the only people who could love you. They'll show you that kind of love. Or if they hate you, they will literally take out all the frustration on you because that's how their brain is programmed. Anyway, in this we get severe mood swings because a person can go from being extremely happy to extremely depressed in less than 2 seconds. So bipolar disorder is something to take very seriously. Then we have ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactive disorder. I personally believe that in today's life, almost like every kid, every child from the age of 1 to 7 is suffering from ADHD because of the environment we are creating for them at home. Like because nowadays all the children, small children, they're growing up on tablets instead of learning actual positive things from their parents or anything. So that really limits the brain function and that really limits the attention span of the brain. So in ADHD, what happens? Difficulty in paying attention, right? It's not that that the child would not able to pay any kind of attention. It's that child is not programmed to understand that what paying attention to something means. Then we've got impulsivity, interrupting others, disorganization, forgetfulness, difficulty in completing tasks. Then we have OCD, which is obsessive compulsive disorder. Now we have OCD is different kind of OCD. Okay, you can have a general OCD in life, or you can have a obsessive compulsion with a relationship, or you can even have a obsession with a thing. That completely depends on what the person is going through. So in OCD, recurring intrusive thoughts, because you get obsessed with one thing. Either it's a thing, or either it's a situation, or either it's a person. So your brain is programmed to obsessively think about that one person. Then you make compulsions to perform rituals, like for that person who's suffering from OCD, for that person doing day-to-day things is difficult, and keeping that list in their mind is difficult. So what they do is they make a routine, a ritual, which they just have to wake up and repeat the same thing every day again and again and again. So it's easier for them to focus on the activities of life. Then we have preoccupation with order, symmetry. Yeah, so people who have obsessive compulsive disorders, they would want every single thing. So for example, I'll give you an example. We have like 10 sticks, we have put 10 sticks over here, right? So person with an obsessive compulsive disorder would want all 10 sticks to be equal in size, to be placed in a similar direction, to be with the same amount of distance and all. And if that would not happen, the person would feel genuinely irritated in their brain. I mean, for people who are not obsessively compulsive, for them it's very difficult to understand. But somebody who's suffering from OCD, that person knows. After that, we have fear of contamination and germs. For like those people, they are germaphobes. They are very much aware of the situations around them, so they want like cleanliness. They do not want. They have like multiple paranoias going on about diseases, about cleanliness and all of that. So these people are very very obsessively compulsive about these things too. And repetitive behavior, as I said, that these people tend to repeat their routines because for them it's very difficult to see. Now we have eating disorders. In this we have restrictive eating, binging, purging exercises, distorted body image, fear of gaining weight, and secretive habits. So a few eating disorders would be like, has anyone ever heard of bulimia? That's one disorder. So a bulimic person, no matter how thin that person is, they would feel that they are gaining weight. So they would like, after eating, they would put fingers in their mouth so that they can throw up and they don't gain weight. Similarly, people stress eat. A lot of people eat carbs when they are depressed and when they're not feeling well. Then we have PTSD, which is the worst kind of disorder because PTSD is usually not detected. If PTSD is not diagnosed in an early stage, it's very much unlikely that PTSD can be diagnosed later on. In that, we get flashbacks and nightmares, avoiding trigger. I mean, so PTSD, episodes of PTSD happens because PTSD is known as post-traumatic stress disorder. It usually happens after a traumatic incident happened in your life. It could have been a family member's death. It could have been a loss. It could have been any massive change in your life, which is not good for you, can give you PTSD. So people usually avoid the triggers and talking about those things which trigger those memories in their head about the trauma. Now we have hypervigilance, exaggerated startle response, difficulty sleeping, irritability, and anger. Now we have schizophrenia. Schizophrenia, there are a lot of causes of schizophrenia, and most of them are not related to environmental causes. They are mostly either genetic or either social causes. So hallucinations, delusions, disorganized thinking and speech, social withdrawal, apathy. Apathy is like somebody who's unable to feel any kind of emotion and any kind of sympathy towards another person. Difficulty with daily activities, lack of motivation. Lastly, we have substance abuse. A lot of people take, get into substance abuse to escape or to like omit that feeling or that particular mental episode they're about to have. So rather than dealing with that situation, people would take help of substances like alcohol or different, illegal or hallucinogenic drugs, which would like limit the activity of your brain and you wouldn't feel as much as you do. So in this you get increased tolerance of the drugs. Withdrawal, of course, I mean, if you're using something and your body is getting dependent on it, and if you're not getting it after one time, your body suffers from withdrawal. Neglecting responsibility, continuing a use despite negative consequences, because that's what these people think, that life has been so bad with us that this is a small price to pay for a little bit of sanity, which is not. Secrecy, hiding behavior, because obviously they don't want everybody to know what they're using. Financial problems, relationship problems. So all in all, this was just like a small overview on mental health and what mental disorders are very common in people who we meet every day. So you might meet somebody and you might see that their behavior is not normal, but you wouldn't understand why it is like that. After today, you know. Help those people, don't judge those people, and whatever you can do for them, please do. Thank you.